All right, welcome back, everybody. Daphne Mashile Nkosi is the 2015 Africa Female Business Leader of the Year. The Kgalagadi Manganese Executive Chairperson received the accolade from the African Leadership Magazine and Georgia Legislative Black Caucus. The award recognizes exceptional leadership of a female business leader in a male-dominated environment. Mashile Nkosi joins us now in studio. It's so lovely to see you. Congratulations on winning this award.
Thank you very much, Liane, and good morning.
What does it mean for you?
For me, it is confirmation that what we always said, that women must flood the areas where women are not into, the industries that were preserved for males. And we might not have arrived yet, but I'm actually happy that it will encourage women, young and old, rural, urban, entrepreneurs, those that are still at school, to say, if she can do it, I can do it 100 times more.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough industry to thrive in as a woman, no doubt. And to have made such a major mark as you have done, it couldn't have been an easy journey. How has it been, though, to get to this position and stature that you're in?
Well, it's been very difficult. It's still difficult. Yeah. Every day, challenges are there. But the biggest difficulty for me is that I've made it in the mining sector. But the sad part is that women, those of young and old women that would want to do the same, might not achieve it because of the challenges that are there. For instance, barriers to entry in the mining sector, which is the backbone of the economy, is financial inclusion, which we talk about on a daily basis. You go to financial institutions. With all the awards, these awards do not translate into me getting funding. And that's the sad part. Having said that, we need to continue to knock on doors, to, if possible, kick the doors open so that we can get more women to participate in the sector. Mining is a long-term project. You know, you only see the rewards after many, many years. But when you are already there, you really make it big.
Why do you think it's taken us so long and it is so difficult for women to be recognized in these industries?
I think the first point that I want to make is that women are their own worst enemies.
Oh, yeah.
We never respect. We never recognize
each other.
We never celebrate each other.
Indeed, yeah.
Once some of us go into these industries, we begin to label them. We never support them. And that has actually made it impossible, because for me, there are so many companies that are led by women. There are so many departments that are run by women. What is it that we are doing as women for other women?
Yeah.
Because I know that when I went into the mining sector, the first thing that I wanted to do is to bring more women into the sector. If you look at the employment policies of our company, is that 50% of everybody must be female.
Yes.
Not all the skills that we're getting women, but we're trying.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We were told that there were no women geologists. We're told that there were no women mining engineers. We find them. Not with 5 years experience, with 15, 16 years experience.
Yeah.
And we are doing it because we are committed to doing it. We go out of our way to make sure that we include women in everything that we do.
Fantastic. I know that during an interview, and I think it was last year when you won another major award, and that was CEO of the Year,
yes.
An international award as well. You said that at that time, you mentioned it again, 50% of your entire workforce, you wanted them to be female. How's it looking? Is it like that now? Or
yes, it's still like that. Fantastic. And continuing, let me give an example. We've made huge strides in that. The Sinter plant is run by a woman.
Wonderful.
The head of engineering services is female. The head of the ore preparation plant is female. So for me, out of the 10 key components within the mining sector, within the mine itself, we have 6 of those that are actually run by women.
Yeah.
And I'm actually saying, yes, it is enough, but it's not enough.
Yeah. There's still more to be done.
There's
But
still
you know
more
what is heartwarming, and I must say of late I've been doing quite a lot of travel within the continent. And when you come back to South Africa, as much as we are still fighting to be recognized, it's incredible to see how forward-thinking we are and how well females are doing in South Africa as opposed to our counterparts all over Africa. Do you see the same thing, or is it sort of maybe a one-sided view from me, but you're in a completely different world? What is it like on the continent with respect to women empowerment?
I think South Africa, we're doing well.
Yeah.
I think it's because of our background. As South Africans, we are very, very powerful women.
Yes.
Apartheid had its own challenges, but it has given us an opportunity to fight, to become more aggressive in terms of going out to look for things that we're looking for. So for me, I see a lot of South African women, if they are go-getters, they go out there to challenge the stereotypes, which is something that we don't see in other countries, and I really agree with you. I've been traveling all over Africa, and one of the things is that I feel that South Africans, we do become leaders.
Yeah, indeed. I'm glad you agree with me, because it makes me very happy to come back here and see that as a woman we are taken so much more seriously and respected than some of our fellow counterparts. However, it still brings up a debate, and perhaps you want to add your voice to it as well, where at the moment, because of the ANC Women's League Conference and electing a new leader and the talk of a female president here in South Africa, and some parties saying, yes, we are ready, others are saying, not yet. There's still not enough candidates and there's a lot more work to be done. Where do you fit into this? I mean, you're a leader of a major company. Do you think we could lead a country?
I think, yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can do anything. I think we are capable. We are ready as a country. In fact, we've been ready. It's only because people didn't want to believe in themselves. As women, sometimes we tend to believe other people, and we don't actually have confidence in ourselves. And for me, I've always believed that if we can get women, whatever they do it for the children and for the improvement of society. And therefore, as a president, we will have a president that will look at the best interest of young women, of children, of all the social ills that we have. You will have someone who's more closer to the issues. And I'm not saying that men are not, but all what I'm saying is that you bring a special dynamic into leadership.
Indeed, you certainly do. I mean, I was busy sending a message to one of my female producers, telling her, you know, that I was meant to do a broadcast next week out of town, but it happened to be my child's birthday, and to leave on that birthday and to tell another female this, I think it's a lot easier. They kind of understand. There's that little bit of a softer side, and you know, and you
they
hope
can
that's
sympathize and empathize.
You do.
They
you
understand
do.
it.
Indeed, I know what you're saying. Let's talk business now, because I mean, the business that you're operating in this current economic environment is so difficult. I mean, minerals in this economy is a very tough thing, whether we're talking about labor aspects, the pounding that our currency is taking. How is it affecting you? How do you operate in this environment?
We are all affected by the markets. I mean, the price of commodities is right at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the rand is... We thought that if the price of commodities were higher, it would be different. Chinese slow growth is affecting us because the biggest market is China. So yeah, the industry is bleeding at the moment.
Yeah, it does.
And we are all bleeding.
That's the reality. But to keep going, to keep jobs going, to keep positive through all of this. How do you do this as a CEO of a company? Well, not a CEO of a company. I mean, of a female business leader, of an executive chairperson.
I think for us, we started the business in 2007, 6 months before the financial crisis of 2008. It prepared us for what is to come. Yes, we are affected, but we are not that affected.
Yeah.
Because we're able to cushion ourselves. Having said that, because I'm just a tiny little company, but the industry itself is really bleeding. And therefore for me, I'm calling on all South Africans to wear the SA Inc. hat.
Yeah.
Labor, private sector, government, we need each other. we need this industry because it's the backbone of the South African economy.
Indeed.
Without mining, I mean, we have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, South Africa has been leading in terms of a number of commodities. For instance, if you look at gold, if you look at platinum, we represent 80% of world reserves. Manganese, we represent 80% of world reserves. Iron ore, the biggest iron ore mine is in South Africa, in the Northern Cape. So if you look at the contribution to the GDP of the country, we need to take it seriously and work out a mechanism that will be a win-win for all of us.
Indeed. Just on a final closing note, I mean, if there are the young students out there, female students that are watching this and perhaps contemplating a career in some of the careers you mentioned, female engineers wanting to go into the mining sector, do you encourage them?
Yes, I do. I want to encourage them to go into those industries as mining engineers, as metallurgists, as geologists. It is hard, but where there's a will, there's a way. And for me, it's long term, but when you make it big.
Yeah. Let's leave it on those notes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming in.
Thank
you
you
for
much.
shining the torch for women.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Yes,
nothing is impossible, and that's a reality. And we get to learn that lesson through wonderful role models like you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Daphne Mashile Nkosi, 2015 Africa Female Business Leader of the Year. She, of course, is the executive chairperson of Kalahari Manganese, company that's been around since 2007, still going strong, and women really at the helm of this and leading it. So it's a fantastic initiative, and we really are proud of her. All right, that pretty much brings us to the end of the broadcast here on SABC.